Okay, I've had a wardrobe change and I've calmed down a bit. The first live is always really like, blah blah, talk a lot. So, is it sunny where you are? Oh, here's Louisa. God, she's so punctual. This is great. Okay, we're gonna have a chat with Louisa, and I don't know whether she got my message. Let's find out. Let's. Right. Hello.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. And
Good.
I hope that the traffic and roadworks that are happening outside aren't coming through to you.
No, I can't hear anything.
Good stuff. Yeah, I went with the headset. It's a look, but I did have a little wardrobe change, which we'll talk about in a moment as well. I don't know if you got my message. I might be surprising you a little bit. Did you get my
Maybe
message?
I didn't get your message. Shall
Okay.
I check my messages?
No, it's all right. The content is coming. So, I was just going to say, we'd start with a little bit of a getting to know you kind of thing, and just separate to the yarny chat for a moment.
Okay, yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Because we've known each other a long time.
We have, you see, but we've got lots of other people looking at each other, or looking at us, talking to each other, and I'd just like to give them a little insight into who is Louisa, but in a fun way. So, okay.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Uh-oh. Do I need a glass?
Make that face. Yeah. No, not at all. No, we had some ideas for interviews between the different yarn shop owners, and we said somebody put together a few prompts and stuff. As here's some fun questions that you can ask that are just just for the laugh, basically. So so on the spot, and I suppose I'll give you a choice of 2 questions to answer then, because I put you on the spot. How's that sound? All right.
Yeah.
So it's not hard. It's what's the scariest thing you've ever done for fun? Or if you're out and there's karaoke, what is your karaoke song and why?
I've never sung a karaoke song.
Never, ever.
Never, ever.
Right, we'll have to fix that then the next time we see you.
So the scariest thing I've done for fun,
yeah,
but wasn't really for fun, I was fundraising, was when I trekked in the Himalayas.
Oh, God, yeah.
And went up, I think it was about nearly 3,500 feet, which was complete and utter. One of the days when we actually were doing our descent, and it sounds silly because going up, it seems to be much easier when you're going up a big hill, but actually coming down is much scarier.
Oh, it says so.
Yeah, and there was one bit where we had to come down, and there were thousands of steps, and your knees just start to wobble. And that was scary because apparently it's the adrenaline in your legs, and they just go really wobbly, and that's quite scary. So yeah.
I had forgotten you'd done that trek. God, when was that? That was
2012.
2012. It's a little while. Yeah. So,
which was brilliant because we raised about nearly £10,000. That's when we did the Himalayan hat patterns.
I remember now. It's the funny things that reside back here, and you just need a little tweak. Yeah. So, fair play to you. I'm glad you had that now as an answer to one of my things that I was just pouncing on you with. No, we did backpacking in New Zealand way back when, and did the glacier hikes there. Now, nothing like obviously the Himalayas, but I have to say, the going down was really tough. But you wouldn't think about it, but it's. I would have kind of a bit of a fear of heights, and that thing of that you're looking down the slope. It's there's that,
and we had to go over quite a few rope bridges as well. No. Which was quite scary too. Yeah, and kind of navigating boulders and going by the side of the rivers down the hills, wow. And that's sheer drops either side of you. So yeah. But exhilarating and amazing, fantastic,
incredible experience to have had for
absolutely.
Sure. But fair play, like to raise £10,000 as well at the same time was amazing.
Yeah, it was brilliant. We had so much support from the knitting community, and we, as we all know, they're the most generous.
They are. We take care of each other, don't we?
Absolutely.
Times like this. Yes. My karaoke song is Madonna, Like a Prayer, or C'est la vie if I'm doing it with Jenny We did that
Okay.
well in the first year. I don't know why we inflicted that upon people, but we did. Okay, so today you are here to talk to us about your beautiful cashmere lace yarn, which wardrobe change I'm wearing.
Oh,
A top underneath it, but this is
that's beautiful.
yeah, it's mum's. It's mum's. It is gorgeous, and I was teasing you with this. I was saying we had a new sample in your yarn that you haven't seen yet. So there you are, the first look. It's Adelaide by Isabel Kramer. And I know a few people have been messaging saying they were looking for more pattern suggestions for some of the yarns that we had on offer for this week. And it was, Adelaide by Isabel Kramer, and it took 3 balls in the rose hip shade. So it's just little.
Yeah, looks absolutely lovely. I bet it feels really light as well, doesn't it?
Light. It's so light. Like it's a beautiful day out there, but I have to say it's so comfortable to wear. Like I don't feel overheated in it at all. It's a lovely, lovely light.
I think it's because it's weightless. The yarn's completely weightless, so you're getting some warmth, but you're not actually getting any bulk. And I think often that's the thing that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, completely, yeah. And it's knit at a nice sort of a nice airy tension, I suppose. Yeah. Do you know, like you can save at your elbow like that. But we'll talk about why it's also a very hard wearing yarn. Do you want to give us the spiel on that? So I know some people go, ooh, knitted a light tension, because it is we'll say it's cashmere lace. Yeah. But most of your projects and the designs that you do, you recommend kind of 3.25 to 4 millimeter needles?
3.25 to about to 3.5 for 3.5 garments.
Okay.
And the idea is then, I've just got a sample here. I've got one here too. As you say, you know, I knit it to quite a loose tension, because you want to have that, allow the yarn to bloom once you've knitted with it.
Yes.
So the idea, is that, you know, traditionally with a lace yarn, you knit it on a tight tension because it will just drop. Mm-hmm. But the cashmere itself, once you actually knit it, it fills out, which sounds really, really daft. And until you've actually worked with it, it's quite a difficult concept to kind of get across to people. Because when you look at it on the ball, it looks like a traditional lace weight yarn.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks really fine, and people gasp and they go, oh, that must be knitted on such tiny needles. But actually, one of the things that it does is, you know, it always surprises people when I say, oh, I knit it on, as you say, a 3.25 up to a 4 millimeter needle.
Yes.
Because you then, what happens with the yarn is we actually retain the spinning oil in it. So it protects it as you work with it. A lot of cashmere yarn is beautiful on the ball, absolutely gorgeous to, you know, actually handle, but has been processed to make it feel soft on the ball. And then it gets a bad press, because cashmere then starts to pill as soon as you start working with it. So we retain the spinning oil in our cashmere, which protects it as you work with it. And that's when you kind of using a bigger needle than you would think you would use.
Yes.
And then when you finish working and knitting your project, you wash the yarn as you would do with lots of other yarns. But in this case, you actually wash it using something with detergent in.
The reaction when people hear this is, go on, tell what, we won't do brand names, but you know, you're talking about.
I use the liquid that goes into my washing machine to hand wash them.
Right.
And, you know, people say, oh, well, should I use a wool wash or whatever? No, you want something that's actually got some detergent in, the soap, because you need to lift that oil out. And I've done actually on my Instagram page, I've done a washing and blocking tutorial on there.
Oh,
and
yes.
You can see the difference of the watercolor when it's when you've washed it and you wash the oil out. You can actually, although it doesn't kind of look greasy or anything, but there's definitely a residue that comes out. And then when you block it and you lay it in a towel and actually squeeze all the water out, you can then start to see the haze. And in cashmere terms, this is called the bloom of the yarn, and it fills all the spaces in between, but it does give it that very sort of soft drapey feel.
Yeah.
Some people
before and after picture. Yeah. So this is all kind of laid out where people can really see the difference.
Yeah. No, it definitely makes, you know, when people have knitted it and they haven't blocked it, I can always tell if someone goes, oh, I've knitted one of your garments. I go, oh, have you blocked that properly? Have you washed it? Oh, I daren't wash it. I daren't wash it.
No, it's cashmere.
Yeah, exactly. I've spent hours knitting this. That's the whole point. You spent hours, so the yarn's being protected as you work with it. Yeah,
absolutely. Very clever. And it's all made very locally to where you live, isn't that right?
It is. As you know, I had the Louisa Harding yarns beforehand, and we sourced yarn from all over the world, from Italy, from Peru, from Brazil. And so there was always we were always looking at new yarns, but I always had my heart sort of set on wanting to do a British yarn. But when you're working with other companies, it's difficult to get the right margins and to get, you know, the price points right. And we never were able to get the right product at the right price point for everybody to, you know, make a living from, really.
Yeah. All the different stages.
Yes, all the different stages. So when we were kind of toying with the idea of doing a yarn ourselves, I definitely wanted it to be British. And having sort of grown up in the Rowan stable, I went, you know, in my first sort of year of working at Rowan, to all the local yarn mills around here and saw how all the different processes happened, the woolen spun mills and the worsted spun mills, and learn all about the different spinning processes. And I would say 95% of those mills have now disappeared and that's in the last 30 years. There's very few actually yarn producers anymore here in West Yorkshire, which was a huge area.
It's so globalized, the whole process.
And so we actually went to our local mill, which I'd always seen. There's a yarn show in Italy twice a year, which is called Pitti Filati. And I'd always seen them there, but knew that they only did cashmere yarn. And thought, you know, working with Louisa Harding yarns, you know, it just wasn't a possibility. Anyway, when we were coming to do this, I wanted something to be local. I wanted to be in control of it, because the other thing is, with quality, you want to be in control. The idea of provenance is really important to us. The idea of keeping, you know, the economy in our local area supported. And so we went to have a chat with them. And as I say, they specialise in cashmere yarns for the design industry, both wovens and machine knitting. They don't do a hand knitting yarn. And I just went to see them and
convince them.
You know, well, more sort of, oh, you know, had you thought of, or, you know, this is a situation. I know that there would be a market. I know that people would really love to use this yarn as a hand knitter, rather than, you know, them being only for machine knitting or for wovens. And, you know, to bring this beautiful yarn to the hand knitting world, really. So and
you have brought it all over the world too, because you've done shows across the States and around Europe and everything.
We have. It's been, you know, we've been on a fabulous journey, actually. So the whole yarn, through all the processes, from picking it up from the spinners to having it bespoke twisted. So that's done about 8 miles from where we live, in a mill in a place called Brighouse, and then we take it to Bradford to be balled. And you know, I shove it all in the back of the car, and, you know, we do everything.
You're integral to this whole process.
Absolutely. I'm the van driver.
The life of small business owners, I tell you.
Absolutely. You know, everything's done now in-house, from, you know, stringing the labels to packing the orders. You know yourself, you know, when you're running the whole business yourself. So
absolutely.
But that's how we can, you know, bring such a beautiful yarn to the public, really, to the knitters of the world.
Yes, we love it. We squish it.
And I also love seeing other people making things in the yarn, not just my patterns. You know, what I love about Instagram and doing the shows abroad is when people bring me something and say, oh, I've made this in it. And I was just like, oh, that's absolutely fabulous. like Maureen's shawl.
Yes, which I will post a picture of after, so I'll make a note so that we can share that. So that's Maureen from This Is Knit, made from Winter on My Mind by Melanie Berg
that's right,
in this. And yeah, I've stolen that to wear it one or two times from around the shop. So don't say anything. I think she has it at home now. But it is absolutely beautiful, and she's used the kind of the two greys, mist, and I don't think I have the slightly.
Oh, is it mist and ripple together?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. And it just works so well. But the stitch definition of it as well is, because you talk about cashmere, like when you wash and it gets really soft, and you have that bloom, but yet in the shawl where it's using these twisted stitches to go through, like it still is so, like the look of it is so crisp, the feel is so beautiful, so that you can really show off kind of, quite structured stitches.
Yeah,
too.
the lace stitches and the structured stitches work really well.
Yeah.
Considering, as you say, it's got those properties, you don't lose the definition. The hours that you put in for all the work, you don't lose the definition. Exactly,
and like I said, because it's just so light that it doesn't kind of fall out of shape or anything like that. It's brilliant. I did have somebody popped up with a question there just to ask about we're back on the detergent. I knew we'd get this because we had an event in the shop before where people were going, really? Detergent, really? But they asked if you only use the detergent the first time you wash it, or
no, all the time, every time,
all the time. Just keep throwing suds at it.
Yeah.
And you had
because the other thing is, it's not like I always think we tend to overwash things, and traditionally what you would have done would be to rest your woolens.
Yes.
So these are precious items. Although saying that, some of the scarves and shawls I've worn and worn and worn, and then wash them after 3, 4, 5 months, and when you add the detergent to them, and obviously because you're hand washing them, you're not chucking it in a machine, you're still taking a lot of care of it. And they do literally come back to new again. They're just beautiful.
You were wearing the orange colour scarf at that time when you were in the shop, and you were kind of saying this is the one that's been thrown around and in and out of bags and everything like that. And it actually, I think, was just so much softer even for having had gone through all of that, and but it still looked absolutely fabulous. So so this is definitely a yarn. I know a lot of our customers would use it for wedding items, for special occasions and things like that. But you can also just, this isn't a special occasion wear sweater that I'm wearing. You can wear it as everyday luxury too, and especially as you've got a bit of a discount on it if you're signed up to the iKnit7 newsletter as well.
And I think also you can get a sweater from 3 balls.
Yes.
So although it's an expensive one ball, one ball is expensive, it goes a long way. It's got 425 meters on, which makes it really affordable, actually.
It does. And I was going to say, if people were interested just in a little treat rather than a larger treat, this is one of the scarf samples that we have. It's hard to kind of capture all in one go, but you can make this is the Ilara scarf, and you can make a lovely, lovely, delicate and beautiful accessory out of one ball too. Yeah,
it's like the scarf I've got behind me here. That's one ball as well. That's a triangular one, and that's just one ball.
Very, very nice.
It goes a long way.
It does. And that's when you kind of see a ball of this size, people wonder about what are the possibilities, but they're pretty multiple, definitely. With 425.
You can get a full project from one ball. So.
Yeah, I can go all out. So
I just saw here, there's a question, what is the yarn weight? So it is a lace weight really, but as I say, we knit it more as a fingering, I suppose.
Fingering weight tension generally,
yeah.
I know you did do a Raglan sweater pattern as well. Now the name of it is kind of escaping me. The striped.
Oh, I've got it here. Hold on.
Got one. And I think that was knit on 3.25s as well, wasn't it?
3.5s. And
3.5 that one.
The little cardigan I've got here too. That's on 3.5. Yeah, that's the argent. Yeah. So
very nice. Yeah. So that's another sort of everyday luxury one with the Raglan stripes as well. So we all like a bit of luxury.
But it's nice to see, as I say, like the Isabel's sweater there. That's just beautiful. Because is that top down?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of his bells would be done that way, So and very like this. This is not cut off at sleeves. Like I would usually knit bracelets length sleeves myself, but it's when it's full. Oh, hang on. full on length all the way
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, gosh, that you've got a lot of length there. Yeah.
So, and that's 3 balls. So we're doing well.
Yeah.
Yes. So have you been enjoying 2 days worth of interviews here?
Oh, well, I think it's really lovely, actually. As Laylee said yesterday, just nice to connect with people all over the place. It's fabulous.
Definitely, yeah. The couple of weeks back, when I did the fastest finger first quiz on woolen, it was the first time in ages that I'd had like those chats socially with anybody beyond like my husband or my mum, and yeah, it was brilliant, but I was exhausted afterwards. You know, it was really like intense, and
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if we're going to know how to socialise properly after all of this.
Well, because this time of year, we're used to doing all the shows as well, aren't we? So, we miss our yarny people and our yarny friends, and, really miss people coming up going, oh, I haven't seen you. What have you been up to? And this is what I've made, and this is what I've made.
Wait until I show you what I did, what I bought off you last year, and here it is now.
Yeah.
It's
I bought this from you last year. What do you think? I love the show and tell aspect.
It is brilliant. It's brilliant.
Do,
yeah, and there's lots of people getting really creative about how to connect, online and to get more people involved in what you're doing. But none of it's ever going to be exactly the same, is it? We're just really looking forward to the day when we can have those events again.
A yarny hug.
A yarny hug, yeah. I'm just afraid about how mad we'll go when we're doing it. We've had a bit of fun in our time, Louisa, haven't we?
We might have done, yes.
We won't.
That's for another day.
It is. And not that I have a reputation or anything, but Carmen's message this morning was all about how she could only find one image of the two of us that was safe to post on Instagram.
Oh, really? Oh, that's worrying.
Yeah, a little bit. We might have to start behaving ourselves. We'll see.
I think there are some lovely ones from the last time that Debbie and I came to visit you.
Oh,
there are. The shop. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That was really good, nice. Wasn't it? Yeah.
And I brought Belle with me as well, my daughter, which was lovely, and she got to meet everybody. And she loves Dublin.
Oh, Dublin's great. Dublin is, I would say that, but it's always great. It's always great to have people over and have a big party. So it's going to happen again.
It will. Yeah,
it will.
Definitely.
And with sorry, I have one more question here, I think, and I'm sorry, but I might scroll back to see if I missed any others. With 2 balls of cashmere lace knit the winter on my mind scarf.
I think it was 3.
Almost, but not quite. Yeah, she ended up having to go into the third one, but with a bit of kind of creativity, you could cut the pattern repeat a little shorter, and it was a really big, very generous shawl. Yeah. So I'll just see how anybody else got anything. We've got somebody on from Denmark hoping to see us at the Fano Yarn Festival. Is it Fano? Okay.
Yep.
Lovely. So hi to Judy Hopsasa there, and Rhonda from Connecticut. How are you doing? Love when people say where they're from, and thanks for answering. That's great. We've had lots of people on and saying hi.
Yeah.
And someone saying they'd never thought to even wash their cashmere at all. So now you know.
Now you know.
Louisa's cashmere. Louisa's one. Yes.
Yes. So. Don't be washing lots of others and going, oh yeah, but I heard
but
this.
She said.
No, it is specific to our cashmere because, as I say, we do retain the spinning oil in there to protect it as you work with it.
Fantastic. I mean, it's super, super high quality, beautiful stuff. So highly, highly recommended. And I do want to say to anybody who's on the site looking at particular colours, what we've done is we've enabled back orders on the full range because Louisa has going to have a box ready to send over to us. So any colours, all that you want. We do have a good bit in stock, but I know there's always popular colours in scenarios like this that'll go. So
because that rose hip colour you're wearing is just stunning, isn't it?
Yes. I was doing some stuff in some social media quick videos for Instagram stories back at Christmas, and I was just the shop was dark, and I was just clutching this colour, going, this is the colour. It is. It's absolutely fabulous. So the brand name Rhonda on the cashmere yarn is Yarntelier. And I will just show you. I hope it will be, of course, backwards, but there you go. Yarntelier. They haven't figured that out yet on Instagram. Yeah, could we not fix that? So Yarntelier, and if you click the link in our profile, all of the offers that we have for iKnit7 are enabled there, and they will run until midnight tomorrow night. If you want to pick up some gorgeous cashmere. So thank you so much. I'm going to let you rest now after you've been...
Well, gosh, you've got the whole rest of the evening.
Whole rest of the evening, yeah. But it's fun. It's really good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's lovely to connect with everybody. So
it is, and I can't wait to see you again. So
yeah,
in person,
big hugs to you and all the
massive,
girls. Yeah, yes,
massive.
lots of. Take care,
Mind yourself. I'd
Lisa.
love to see you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.